do it, Charlie! Hey, how's it going, Boulder? All right, I'm going to be back out in a few minutes to make y'all laugh. Before that, though, I have a special guest, a lot of you know, and he is running for senator here in Colorado. And for those of you who didn't know there was going to be a special guest, and you're like, I just want the fucking comedy, don't put a goddamn senatorial candidate up there before you. Here's the thing, is he's running for the Green Party, and if you're not in one of the two corporate parties, you're not allowed on our media. So therefore, he has to speak at places like this, all right? All right. And by the way, he's fucking awesome. He's been arrested for God knows how many different times, standing up for what's right in this world. And so that's why he's become a friend of mine. Please give it up for Arn Menconi.
Oh my gosh. So I get to open up for a rock star, Lee Camp. I'm like an aging rock star. I've only been to rehab 3 times. All right. And this thing I don't need. I've had a lot of coffee, but there's a couple things we gotta say. I have 15 minutes. If anyone can count, let me know when I'm getting close to about an hour and a half. All right? I'm running for U.S. Senate, so I have to learn how to talk for a long time about absolutely nothing. Okay? And I have to find out who's in the crowd. All right? So first, let me find out. Is there any alt-right Trump people here? I didn't think so. All right. Is there anyone here who is voting for somebody who said they're against the TPP, but a bunch of emails came out from WikiLeaks, and I'm so fucking confused. All right. 1 minute she's for something, the next minute she's against something. And and I'm one of the deplorable type people, so is anyone out here for Hillary Clinton? Really? Are you just afraid? I swear to God we won't kill you. Alright? Yeah. Alright, how about this? Do we have any, where's Gary Johnson, people? Where's anyone for Gary Johnson? Oh, well, the last time, there were actually people who were for Gary Johnson. All right. Do we have anyone who here is voting for Michael Bennet? Senator Michael Bennet?
No way.
Wow. All right. Do we have... I'm so bad. I've been working on this searching. I don't try until at least 2/3 of the way through. And then... is there anyone out there who is on indica? Is there anyone out there who's on sativa? All right, good. The sativa people, let the indica people sit up front, and you guys just going back. You'll be fine. You'll hear everything. I'll be fucking hilarious. All right. Colorado, Jesus Christ. All right. I am not your mom's U.S. Senate candidate. Am I? All right. So I'm not done yet. Is there anyone here? And I've been looking for these people for like a year, and I can't find them. Is there anyone here called a reporter from Colorado newspaper or TV or anything like that? I know I have to start talking about grabbing something in order to get in the news or whatever. I'll do it. I'm 33 days out and at 5%, I'll grab anything at this point to get up. You guys show me some respect. All right? I've studied every freaking policy there is. people questioning me about wildlife advocacy. All right, now, is there anyone out here who would like to vote for me? I'm Arn Menconi. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. That's really nice of you to do that. I appreciate it. I got like $100 in the bank account, so don't worry about it. We're going to win. All right? And finally, is there anyone out here who's voting for Dr. Jill Stein? That's what I'm talking about. You're my kind of crowd, so I could get a little bit more. I could be a little more in fuego. All right. I could. Let me do this right. I saw Elvis Presley do this one time before he got into Quaaludes. Oh, Elvis, stop doing all those drugs. Scylla, honey, I need a home. All right. Just to give you an idea, where I'm at in the next 33 days is Arn Menconi ain't nothing to fuck with. Hopefully you white people understood what I was talking about. Right? For anybody watching, there's only a bunch of people who listen to rhythm rock out there. And they've been to Burning Man, and hopefully they still are out of their minds. Okay? And so let me just tell you. You probably want to know a little bit about me, of course, because I'm supposed to be like, please, God damn it, vote for me. I'm the people's candidate in Colorado, where 75% of the people voted for marijuana. Yeah! How could you be for marijuana and not even know who the hell I am? I'm like a walking Molly. All right? I'm like legalized Molly. I'm spreading the love everywhere. All right? I don't take special interest money. All right? And apparently I'm not even taking your money because I fucking got $100 in the bank. The other thing is, I ran a charity called SOS Outreach for 25 years that I started, 23 years. And it started out as the Snowboard Outreach Society. And I started in Vail, Colorado. And in order to do that, I had to learn how to snowboard first, okay? So I'm one of those knuckle dragging type people. Do we have any snowboarders out here? Do we have any skiers out here? Do we have anyone who likes to ski with their heels free? Tell yours. Okay, let me go back to politics. That died. All right, so I ran that. It was a national charity for disadvantaged kids. It changed its name from Snowboard Outreach Society to SOS Outreach. I ran the country's largest amateur snowboard competition series. You know, that's pretty cool stuff, right? I was a county commissioner for 8 years, 2 terms, Eagle County. Within the first 24 hours of being elected, my Republican opponent, I'm a recovering Democrat. So don't anyone try to get me to fucking try and do Hillary, all right? I'll slip and it's all over, right? I'll go into neoliberalism and I'll want to like do some kind of no-fly zone in Syria, and then we're in war against Russia. So let Hillary take care of that, all right? Let Michael Bennet and the neoliberal Democrats take care of that, right? Oh, Lee said I'm not supposed to bum you out, or I can't harsh your buzz. You know? I can't make you feel like you want to kill yourself, because you're going to do that on November 9th, all right? You're going to do that on November 9th if you don't wake up and get off the couch and start doing it every single day. Lay down, direct action, direct action. Because this is a revolution. When they say political revolution, I don't know what they're talking about unless it's a revolution. Right? Somebody says revolution, I feel like this isn't yoga, folks. Okay? This isn't downward facing dog. This is getting out, getting arrested, making phone calls. You know, that not just posting some meme on Facebook. Look, I'm like Facebook, like they're gonna have to like do an intervention if somebody doesn't get out there and start. We got to go from 5% up to 10%, right? We got to get from 10% up to 15%, and I have to get back to telling you why you should vote for me. All right? Obviously, I've seen The Godfathers Part 1 and 2 300 times, and it keeps getting better each time. So I've got that on my resume. I have a master's in business administration, and don't think I didn't forget, within 24 hours, Republicans tried to go after me in getting elected as a county commissioner with hair down to here, snowboarder, right? Democrat. And what happened was they thought I was bringing a bunch of snowboarders over from Summit County and voting for me under election fraud. See, yeah, this was election fraud back in 2000, right? I would lay a bunch of pizza over I-70 in Vail Pass, right? And I would throw like a kegger party and say, hey dude, you could sleep on my couch, all right? Meanwhile, what were they doing? They were like rigging an election in Florida. Who would have ever thought that was happening, right? They're coming over after some dude in Colorado in Vail who beat a multimillionaire, who everyone said you can't win, who everyone said you can't start a snowboard outreach society for at-risk kids. This is a David and Goliath story in the next 33 days. And if I have to remind everybody, David won. Yeah. David won. So you guys we have to get out there, because when people say, you know, I'm volunteering for you, Arn. I mean, yeah, I love it. You know, I'm not like Jill. I'm not pure. I'm not nice. You know, I'm good. I hope I'm good. Yeah, and I'm not an asshole. I'm a pain in the fucking ass. When people are killing innocent people in the Middle East, not in the tens, not in the hundreds, not in the thousands, not in the hundreds of thousands, but in the millions. When they're lying to us about drone attacks, there was 169 innocent people killed by drones. That's bullshit. Yes. You know, this is how I spent 10 days with Daniel Ellsberg at his home in Berkeley. And for those of you who don't know who Daniel Ellsberg is, think the Muhammad Ali of whistleblowers. Okay? In about late 60s, he released 9,000 pages. This was before flash drives, okay? And he had to like mimeograph them and Xerox them in his attorney's office. And then he had to hand them over to the Washington Post and New York Times. And you know what was in those 9,000 pages of Pentagon papers? How the United States lied to take us to war against Vietnam. Okay? And in those papers, it was showing how Truman was doing it, and how Kennedy was doing it, and how Johnson was doing it. And before Nixon got in, that's when the pages were released. But when he was brought in, the reason he got out and didn't have to serve 135 years in prison, which would have been remarkable, because he's now 85, he was probably 40 there. In any case, and that Nixon brought in Haldeman Ehrlichman and said, I want you to get the CIA to rough up Daniel, and I want you to break into his psychiatrist's office and see if we could get any goods on him. And that came out in the trial, and he was released. He has not had to serve a day in jail for that. He was the first whistleblower who was arrested for releasing documents as an American citizen, like Snowden, like Chelsea Manning, like John Kiriakou, like Thomas Drake, like Jeffrey Sterling, who's sitting in a jail here in Colorado, a black man who was a CIA agent, whose wife is crying on the phone and begging for people to make a phone call, begging to make sure that he could get a doctor. This is the country that we live in now. I'm going way off script right now. All right? No, I'm doing it. This is serious. These things are called cell phones. They have a production company in them. I am at www.arnmenconi.com. I'm on Facebook at Arn Menconi. I'm on Twitter. What I do is I tweet and I put hashtag Michael Bennett sucks, takes a bunch of money, $14 million from Goldman Sachs, from whatever, from drug companies, and everyone's going to vote for him because the Colorado media is not going to do a damn thing about it, and he's going to skate right in, and a bunch of hand-wringing progressives are going to say, well, maybe we should build another movement, maybe we should do something else, maybe we could do this in 2 more years or 4 more years, even though global warming is bad, even though the sea levels are rising. What I want you to do is to put into your phone a telephone number for a prison, a federal prison, here in Colorado for Jeffrey Sterling. Because I jumped into this race because millions of people are dying. Because we are the largest exporter of terrorism in the world. Because we have $1 trillion every year going to this, and if we cut it in half and we give it, we could do things with it, and I'm running out of time, but I have plenty of time for this. Because I have driven to Chelsea Manning's prison and talked about it when she was on a hunger strike, and I've slept in my truck for Jeffrey Sterling, and I've talked to his wife. The number is, do you have your phones out? Yep. All right? 303-763-4300. And you're going to call on Monday, and you're going to call on Tuesday, and you're going to call on Wednesday, because it's wax on, wax off. Wax on, wax off. And then you're going to post it, and you're going to say, I made a phone call. And I'm going to tell Holly Sterling that the Calgary is on, that we're on the way. What's the word I'm looking for? Calgary is on the way. This is an opportunity to save a person's life who needs to be in a hospital and have a stress test. We have a bunch of stuff back there, things that people need to run for office, okay? I don't care about winning, I don't care about votes. I care about conviction, and I care about America standing up and fighting every single day about being the political revolution. And I'm so honored, I'm so proud to introduce probably the brightest mind that's fusing together the indica and it's like a hybrid, Sensimilia, Georgia Bent type of thing. He's taking our minds, he's twisting it, and he's teaching us how to be activists. He's teaching us what the issues are. He's teaching us how to have self-confidence, courage, to go out there and fight. I want you to stand up and give it up for a man who works harder than anyone else. I call him the future. You call him Lee Camp. Lee Camp, ladies and gentlemen.
Arn Menconi, everybody. He took off his clothes up here? What the fuck happened? What went down up here? That was a hell of an intro. That's the first standing ovation introduction.